I met Milty in the mid-'80s. He had been a supervisor at North Star, teaching able-bodied students. He's very knowledgeable on the alpine side and helped us in adaptive devote ourselves to a more professional type of ski instruction as opposed to just a weekend volunteer organization.
Getting involved with this organization totally rejuvenated my passion for skiing. I'd taught 12 years prior and was kind of getting burnt out on the you're a ski instructor, you're just a ski bum, to all of a sudden thinking, you know, I have a reason to be here.
As we grew, we started with what was called the sit ski, which is a type of fiberglass pulk that sits on the ground, and our paralyzed or sit-down skiers would ski in the sit ski. And then the GFL monoski came over from Europe in 1986. Unfortunately, the monoski requires a little bit lower level of disability and a higher type of balance. So there was a whole class of disabled skiers that we couldn't accommodate to the best of their ability. And then Milty came up with the bi-ski and everything changed.
During that period of time, there was a ski that was advertised in the ski magazines. The inventor, which was a German over in Austria actually, thought that he could teach people how to snowboard on a skateboard type device with two skis that would articulate and carve a turn underneath the board. And I thought to myself, well, why not have somebody sit on that thing? So I went on a journey. A friend of mine had a ski shop down in Homewood, and I went and told him what I was looking for. And he went in the back room of his shop, pulled this thing out and said, "Is this what you're looking for?" Some guy in San Francisco brought it up here and said, "Rent it this season, see what you can do with it, I'll pick it up in the spring." And I said, "Give it to me, have him call me when he shows up."
Milty had the laboratory at his house, and if you were brave, you would go over and actually go in the lab with Milty. And Betty was always in the house going, "He's down there somewhere, I don't know where." So you venture into the lab and there's Milty, and he's building and welding and making all kinds of different cool things.
As a fabricator, I put a frame underneath. I took the platform off it, put a frame on it, took an old US Uniski monoski seat, attached it to the upper level, put a couple of snowboard bindings on it, and made sure the lower unit would separate from the upper so we could put it on a chairlift, and I started skiing it. And I thought, this is pretty cool. It was going to be another piece of equipment that would help us out with that level of disability. And that was going to be it until March of that year, and we had 8 kids come into the program, all young teenagers, 12, 13-year-old, and each one of us got a student, and there were 7 sit skis and 1 bi-ski out there. And oh shoot, I'm getting emotional. My girl was using the others as slalom gates, screaming at the top of her lungs. And the others looked on with envy. And I thought, well, I got to do this for more than just her.
It's really hard for me to not talk about Mike Miltner, or Milty as we call him, without having great emotion about his contributions to our sport. He changed the adaptive ski world and opened it up to a whole new class of adaptive athlete. I'm very grateful.
I love Milty. Yeah. You know what I love most about Milty? His hugs. His hugs are the best. Milty always willing to lend a hand. Always. He was the one that was loading up the trucks, unloading the trucks. The first one in, he was just the biggest help. We could always turn to Milty. Always. And Betty too. Betty was right there with him when it came to, you know, supporting what Milty was doing. And the time that he put in to this program was unbelievable.
Well, my wife was very supportive of my getting involved with the program, thankfully. And my son, even when he was old enough, volunteered, and it was great. I even got to teach a few lessons with him as my volunteer, which was special.
So back in the day, Milty really helped us out for our whitewater rafting program that we had long ago. Unfortunately, we don't have that program anymore, but I know he runs a wonderful, successful outfit and gives a lot of people a lot of enjoyment. I am really grateful for everything Milty has done for both our program and the industry as a whole. His innovation, his wonderful teaching techniques, and the way he's brought a lot of us along to keep this movement growing.
One of the most memorable experiences I've had in working with adaptive skiing is being able to coach and ski with Jimmy Huga. Jimmy Huga and Billy Kidd were the first American males to podium in a Winter Olympics in 1964. Subsequent to that, he got MS and was able to start a foundation. His foundation, fundraising through ski events around the country. Late in his career, he was doing one over at Squaw Valley, and Hoken asked me if I wanted to go over and ski with him because he wanted to ski. So I went over and met him and got him in a bi-ski and blew his drawers off. He kind of told me, "Milty, you're my guy." And so I luckily got involved with him and met Billy and a bunch of his Olympic friends and traveled the country doing these ski events with Jimmy whenever he could and I could. And it was a great ride. I'm honored by having been considered for this award, and I appreciate those that decided that and all those that I've worked with at Achieve over the years. And I don't know why I'm getting this award because I'm too young.